All right, let's switch it up. Let's talk some baseball, even though the Guardians suck right now. Go ahead, Anthony. What do you got?
Yeah, guys, you've heard us talk a lot about FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Well, we have something a little bit different for you now. Through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then, with YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel at any time. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to download America's #1 sportsbook.
So the Guardians.
Boy, you just negative today.
I just what?
You negative today.
It's hard to feel positive about the Guardians right now.
What do you want me to do?
He said, let's talk about the Guardians, even though they suck right now.
I mean, they do. I'm just telling it like it is.
It was the Yankees.
They got one hit yesterday.
I mean,
yeah, it's been going on for a while.
They have, in their road trip, in their 6-game road trip, did you see the tweet from Zach?
Yeah, I saw it.
I put in the group chat.
What is it, 50 innings with nothing? Without a hit?
Here's what it is, all right? They played 50 innings on the road trip. They played 57 innings on the road trip. They scored 0 runs in 50 of the 57 innings, and they scored 1 run or less in 55 of the 57 innings. The one inning with the 6 runs was the extra inning against the Yankees, that 11th or 12th, whatever the hell it was.
12th inning.
Where they scored 6 runs, a bunch of walks and dinks and dunks. The offense is, right now, a total disaster. Nobody's hitting. Stephen Kwan, people were ridiculously, Tyvus, talking about him hitting 400. I'm not even sure he's going to hit 300.
He's down to 310.
His batting average has dropped 80 points since the high mark. 80 points. He can't hit right now. Fry stinks right now. Naylor's been terrible. Ramirez has been mediocre. I'm sick of Schneeman. I'm sick of Freeman. Get rid of all the Emans. All the Emans, get them the hell out of here. I don't want to see Brian Rocchio or Rocchio. I don't want any of them here either. The Guardians front office and ownership is not committed to winning. It's that simple. It's sad. I love this team. I had so much fun watching them earlier in the season. And as much as I'm killing them now, I do not think the season's over. But I'm really concerned for the first time this year that they may blow the division, although they have a major advantage in terms of the schedule. They've gotten their final 35 games, I believe 23 of the 35 are at home, or 22, something like that.
It's 7 of the last 11 series. I'm not sure what the exact number
is. Yeah,
but
they have a 10-game homestand now. Then they have a 10-game road trip. And then their last 15 games are all at home, except for 1 series against the Cardinals. They only have 4 road series left: the White Sox, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, and I forgot the other one.
Kansas City.
And Kansas City. That's it. So they've been much better at home. And you got Texas coming in. Texas is playing bad baseball. Then Kansas City, who obviously that'll be a challenge. Kansas City's playing really well. They're only 2 games back of the Guardians, same as the Twins. Then you have Pittsburgh. They stink, but they got some good pitchers. And I don't know if they're going to face Skeens. You might have to face their other good young stud. What's his name? Jared Jones? He's been hurt. I can't think of his first name. I think it's Jared Jones. But he's rehabbing, so he's about to come back. And so you never know with the Pirates if you're facing those 2 pitchers, even though they're not very good. They just stink right now, and it's painfully obvious. I hate to say it, because overall I think the front office, I've given them a credit 99% of the time. It's time they deserve some criticism. The team is not committed to winning. That winning is not the first priority with the Guardians. Nobody can convince me otherwise. The payroll sucks, and they have done a terrible job as an organization developing hitters. Go back and look. I did this morning with Zach. Okay, I went back and looked at the Guardians' top 30 prospects from 3 years ago. Top 30, just the hitters. Okay, there's about 20 hitters on that list, or I don't know, 17 hitters. All of them, the best of those 17 has been John Kenzie Noel, who's a completely flawed player. And feels like the next in the line of Franmil Reyes and Oscar Gonzalez. The rest of the top, Tyler Freeman was number 1. What's happened to him? Gabriel Arias, number 4. What's happened to him? Some of the guys, there were a couple of guys on there I didn't even know because they've been cut by the Guardians since. They have done an absolutely dreadful job of developing hitters. That this will be the 10th straight year, 10, that they're not going to have a single outfielder hit 20 home runs. I don't know if that's ever happened in modern baseball history. I can't imagine there's another team that in the last 50 years has gone 10 years without an outfielder hitting a home run, hitting 20 home runs. That is crazy.
So John Kinsey ain't gonna get
No, you're going to get 20.
Are you gonna get 11 more? So
In 35 games, no chance.
I'm gonna lose,
or almost no chance.
I'm gonna lose my bold prediction. Is what you telling me?
For home runs, they're at 14 right now.
No, I said my second one.
What was your second?
that
That he'll
John
hit 20?
He'll
20,
get 20.
I doubt it. I mean, it's possible. But right now, if you're a pitcher and you're facing John Kenzie Noel, why would you ever throw the ball in the strike zone? He chases everything.
Yeah.
He swings at pitches. He looks like those same guys or Javi Baez. And unless that part of his game improves, which is unlikely to happen in the next 5 weeks, that's something he's got to work on in the offseason. It didn't improve with Franmil. He's out of baseball. It didn't improve with Oscar Gonzalez. He's languishing in the minors with, I think, the Yankees now. And if it doesn't happen with him, he's going to go down the same road. You can't. He's got prodigious power. And if you make a mistake to him, he's going to hit a home run more than most guys they have. But let's face it, the reality is that what we thought in the beginning of the year, that they only really had 2 power hitters, is true.
Yep.
Their third leading home run hitter is Stephen Kwan with what?
13.
13.
He ain't getting a 20. He's not hitting another 7 home runs. Lane
of
Thomas has been a freaking disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, the Guardians, I mean, I can't imagine what the
Well, those numbers, yeah.
yeah, look at those numbers. He hasn't hit a home run in over 2 months, including his time with the Guardians. If you look, they tweeted out today. Look at this tweet by the Guardians today.
The happy birthday tweet?
The happy birthday to now, and look at this tweet. Okay, look at this. Can we get a close up on that or no?
I'll get it in the system.
Okay. The Lane Train turns 29. Like, why would you do that? Don't give him a nickname, the Lane Train. Okay, when you're batting 105 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Well, these are some numbers.
What I want to know? Can I read you a few responses?
Sure, but they're not going to be good.
Real quick. You don't think anything can be good?
No. Read them, but
Ed DeRosa, I have to appreciate the bravery in posting this. Drake, heard there are great birthday dinner spots in Columbus. Let's see. Duke, the Lane Train needs to learn how to hit a baseball. Oh, my God.
Did nobody call him the lame train?
that was the first
not
thing that
yet.
came to my head.
Oh, okay.
Tim, to celebrate, he will strike out for the 29th time tonight since being acquired.
I think he's already surpassed that total.
They gotta cut it out.
There are some things I could say, but I won't. I'll grit my teeth while saying happy birthday. He's terrible. Acts like he doesn't even want to be on the team.
He gonna hit a home run tonight for his birthday.
If somebody said, same as his batting average, 029.
Well, here's some numbers.
Yeah.
I was just trying to look into this because I don't think the sky is completely falling. There's serious cause for concern.
I
There's
don't. As much as I just
legitimate
killed
cause
him, I don't
for
think the
flood.
season's over. No.
So I want to just preface all of that
okay.
with this.
By the way, Gavin Williams has sucked his last 2 starts. Too.
We can talk about that. In the series, the Yankees have left 30 runners on base.
Yeah.
In that
Well, they
one
left
series-
over 20 in the first game.
It was 20 the first game,
Yeah,
3 in
which
the
is only
second.
like the 5th time that's
Ever
happened in
happened.
franchise
The Yankees,
history.
despite only giving up 1 hit yesterday, Garrett Cole walked like 5-6 batters.
Yeah.
They had
But
opportunities.
the Guardians haven't had a clutch hit in about 6 weeks.
That's what I'm getting at. These are numbers since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Since the All-Star break, Jose is hitting 280 with 9 homers, 24 RBIs with an 842 OPS. That's been solid. It's dropped off significantly in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just paint the big picture. Jose,
Yeah.
since the All-Star break, has been overall
Yeah.
about Jose. Stephen Kwan since the All-Star break, 213 with a 617 OPS.
Hideous.
Minimal power.
my
Josh
fault.
Naylor since the All-Star break, 217, 2 homers, a 683 OPS.
Oh, that's even worse than I thought.
David Fry since the All-Star break, he's hitting 229 with a 694 OPS.
Awful.
Jimenez since the All-Star break, he's hitting 259, up from his season average. His OPS, 636.
Hideous.
Bo Naylor since the All-Star break, 193, 602 OPS.
Another guy who was on the Guardians' top prospect
Nice.
list. He's been a total bust this year.
Daniel Schneemann since the All-Star break,
Oh.
185, 503 OPS.
See, what I don't understand is
Real
like,
quick, last stat.
Yeah.
The only team since the All-Star break
Yeah.
with the worst OPS than the Guardians. Which
is the White Sox.
correct.
Yeah.
They have the second lowest OPS since the All-Star break, and it's really hard to win baseball
You
games.
can't when you
with
can't,
an
when you don't
OPS
get
that
on
low.
base and you don't slug.
Yeah.
So, what I don't understand particularly about why are you still playing Daniel Schneemann's not even a top prospect.
No.
I got supposedly top prospects in Kyle Manzardo, George Valera.
They should be up, like right now.
What are we doing here? Those guys can at least, they're lefties. Let them hit against righties. What are we doing with Daniel Schneemann? Daniel Schneemann, I mean, it's absurd that this guy is still playing every day.
I would call it Valera for Schneemann, Manzardo for Brennan, and I bring back Angel Martinez for Tyler Freeman. Just change up something. You have to do something.
Yeah.
Literally something to ingest a new form of energy. That was your guy, Tyvus, Angel Martinez. Then he got sent down.
They should have never sent him down to begin with.
But I can't.
I
can't
would
come up with a good
send
reason.
Schneemann, Freeman, and Rocchio to hell out of here. I'm sick of all of them. I don't want to hear about defense. I don't want to hear about. They play great defense. What good is it doing them right now? They can't hit. They look like the 23 Guardians right now. That's what they look like. They're getting nothing. Jose's been mediocre since the break. Everybody else has been absolute shit.
Well, the good news is that they're coming back home.
That's a big deal. They're much better at home.
They hit a lot of home runs at home, so I'm expecting to go up against the Rangers, and I'm expecting that they bring some light into it. Oh, listen, all it takes is one good game to spark this thing. Now,
I thought that was going to be the 12th inning.
I thought so too, but you need to put a whole game together. I think that this batting order, I don't know how they lost the confidence that they've had. Like, they've been so aggressive and been so good all throughout this season, probably up to the All-Star break, and then July happened and these last couple of weeks happened. But the end of the story is that they've had success this year, and they got to find a way to find it. And that starts with being at home. You know, it's something about being at your home crowd and having your fans cheering you on that just shocks energy through their body, and now people starting to hit home runs. So I think it starts tonight. Lane Thomas is going to hit his first home run as a Guardian. And that right there, once that happens, it's on. It's on. Bull.
Wait,
when it happened tonight.
Who's pitching for Texas tonight?
I don't know.
I don't
Is it
know.
a native Baldy?
That's actually a good
So I don't
question.
even know that Lane Thomas is going to play
Let me
because
see.
he hasn't been playing against righties lately.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's Evaldi.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Evaldi's a good righty. I don't know if Lane Thomas is
Lane
even going
Thomas
to play.
probably ain't playing tonight.
Well, okay.
But you do have Tanner Bybee on the mound.
John
which is
Kinsey
big.
Noel is going to hit this home run, and he's going to start this thing off.
Both.
Nothing I want more. I want the Guardians to win the World Series. I thought they had a chance. I still think if they can right the ship, I'd give them a chance. But they're just playing so. They went from. I knew the play was going to tail off some, but offensively, they've gone from like a 10 to a 0.
It's dive bomb.
I mean, it's
Dive
crazy. And the thing is, the strength of this team is their bullpen. But if you can't score at all, then the bullpen's useless.
Yeah.
The only good thing about them sucking lately offensively is that at least the bullpen's gotten some rest.
Tonight with Tanner Bybee on the mound.
Yeah.
Is a perfect opportunity for Tanner Bybee to establish himself as the true legitimate ace of this staff. When you're going through rough stretches, right? That's when you need that guy to put on the mound and kind of right the ship, stop the skid, and say, all right, either this offense can only score one run, Texas ain't scoring. And this is an opportunity for
He's
Tanner
gotta pitch a
Bybee
great game.
to come up and pitch to the caliber the Guardians
Right.
need him to and prove he can do it. Not against the Rangers team that's particularly great this season. I know they're the reigning World Series champs, but that would carry over into a playoff series when you're facing the best of the best pitchers in the game one.
Gavin Williams has got to get right. You got Cobb hurt now.
What do you think of Gavin last night or yesterday?
I thought he pitched lousy.
I thought it was very mediocre.
Yeah, I've been 2 starts ago. I was like, okay, he's finally starting to turn around. Now 2 straight bad starts.
I was hurt. I really was. I was hurt.
You were so hurt from the foot injury.
No, I mean, when he was pitching, you thought he had one. I really thought that this was gonna be the turn. I was like, okay, he going up against Garrett Cole. He about to go out there and show everybody that the future is here. And it did not go the way I planned on it to go. It really didn't.
Now remember, the only person with a chance. We did bold predictions for the Guardian season when the season started. Tyvus is the only one who has a chance to be right.
Yours was so wrong.
Mine was terrible. But, they're bold. When you make a bold prediction, you're usually going to be wrong, right?
You're talking about getting rid of the guy. he was supposed to be
F
an
him.
all-star. Now
So,
you want to get rid of him.
Tyvus thought he had it in the bag, and I am rooting for him. But it's definitely not in the bag now. The have to finish 15th or better. Right now, they're 14th. I'm still looking at home runs per game because not everybody's played the exact same amount of games. But so they're averaging. They're 14th in home runs per game. Seattle's 15th. Kansas City's 16th.
Who's 13?
13th is San Diego. So let's look at the 2 teams behind them Because if they fall behind both of those teams, that's when they'll lose the top 15. So Cleveland, Seattle, and Kansas City. Now, Seattle's playing terribly.
They just fired.
They
They fired their manager. Interesting story about the new manager of the Mariners, who's the tentative manager here. His name is Dan Wilson. He was a catcher for the Mariners a number of years ago. I want to say, when Griffey and Ichiro were still there. I think he was like at the end of his career then. But when he first retired, he coached a Little League team that made it to the Little League World Series. He made it to the Final Four of the Little League World Series. And he will, I don't know if he'd be the only coach ever that coached in the Little League World Series. But next year, the Mariners are playing in the Little League game. Did you guys watch that, Yankees-Tigers, the Little League game? That was so cool. The players interacting with the kids. And I like to watch the Little League World Series. My team, when I was a kid, we were one win away from going to it. Well, the Babe Ruth World Series, which is a year older. Mm-hmm. We were one win away from the national tournament. And so I like to watch
Didn't you say you messed that up when you was a kid?
I didn't mess it up. I got kicked out of the game for charging the mound. We lost our...
I don't know the story. I never heard it.
I actually, by the way, I got to look for this real quick.